we got about 3 times more photos to look at on the w8wky.org site. So there you go. And so I'll be up packing up some dinner. So let me get you back to the net, K4OG.
All right there, Mark. Well, thank you for working through all the photos and posting them. I'm going to have to check it out later. Those are the ones you posted the last time I looked were great. So thank you. We'll clear with K4OG. This is KE8VZA. We're going to have our lovely announcer come on in about 36 seconds or so. So I'd ask that everybody please stand by and wait for her to kick off the pre-show. KE8VZA.
The Beacon Net, a gathering of hams from around the world, will start on the system in 30 minutes. Come join us.
QST. This is Kilo Echo 8 Victor Zulu Alpha, KE8VZA. My personal is Eric Echo Romeo India Charlie. And I'm the pre-show net controller tonight for the Beacon Net pre-show. We meet here every Sunday and Wednesday night. The net starts at 10. We have pre-checks at 9:30. And we are on the W8WKY repeater in Doylestown, Ohio, a little south of Cleveland, a little west of Akron, if you can picture that on the map. Our frequency is 147 Mark 390 with a positive offset and a PL tone of 114 Mark 8. You can connect to us via Allstar. Our node number is 48496. Or Echolink, W8WKY-R is probably the best way to find us on Echolink. And let's see, there you have it. Let me take a break for time. I'll be right back. KE8VZA returning. This is a control pre-net. I ask that all traffic pass through net control, yours truly. And emergency or urgent traffic, please feel free to break in at any time. At this time, I'll take a pause for any urgent or emergency traffic. Please call now. KE8VZA returning, hearing nothing. Let's continue on with the pre-net. So we're going to go on and touch base with our net control team and the notorious Mickey Mouse roll call. So let's start off with KE8QKO, Nick at night. He will be our net control operator for the main net that starts at the top of the hour. And Nick, are you out there? KE8QKO.
KE8QKO. Yes, sir. I'm out here and standing by for the start of that. And with that, I'll pass it back to you, KE8QKO.
Very good, Nick. You're sounding good. We'll clear with KE8QKO. Let's go on down and see if Dustin's here. KD8EPC. Are you out there, Dustin? How are you? And are you going to stick around for the big show tonight?
KE8VZA and the Beacon Net pre-show. This is KD8EPC. Well, good evening to you, Eric. I'll tell you what, I'm kind of listening here on Allstar on my HT, but I don't know if the toothpicks are going to hold the eyes open or not. So just count me in and out tonight, but I'll be listening, and hello to everybody on the net. With that, this is KD8EPC, back to pre-net control.
All right, Dustin. Dustin, very good. Got you on the log here as in and out. And, hey, if you want to break back in with a recheck, go for it later. Good to hear you tonight. 73. We'll clear with KD8 EPC. Let's go down and see if Just Nick is here. KD8 SLG. How you doing tonight, Just Nick? Are you out there? And are you going to stick around for the big show?
KD8VZA, this is KD8SLG. Good evening, Eric. All the Beacon Essence. I'm going to do my darndest to stick around. I have 8:45 physical torturist tomorrow morning, and then I see the surgeon at 9:45. So I got a full morning. So if I nod off, I nod off, but I'm going to do my best to be here. KD8SLG, back to net control.
All right, Just Nick, very good. Good to hear you tonight. And, yeah, you definitely have a full schedule tomorrow morning. So we'll keep you on the log for sure. And, you know, no problems if you happen to doze off. Happens to the best of us, right? Anyway, we'll clear with KD8 SLG for now. Let's go down and see if Josh is out there. W8HRF. Josh, are you out there? How are you tonight? And are you going to stick around for the big show?
KD8VZA, W8HRF. Good evening, Eric. Good evening to everybody on the Beacon Net pre-show. I'm going to be in and out tonight. We're finishing up a game of canasta here, and we're going to head up to bed, I think. Go to bed a little early tonight. Get an early start tomorrow, but we had a great week. Feel like I haven't been on the radio in a week, other than doing a little bit of POTA earlier in the week. Had the week off and went camping earlier this week, and then later visited Lucy's family, who was vacationing near Toledo, so did that for one of the days, and then just been getting stuff done around the house the last couple days. So it's been good. We've been it's been a really good week. So getting ready for the baby. Got the bassinet set up today, so that's pretty good. So, but anyways, good to hear you, Eric. Thanks for giving me a call, and it's good to hear you. And talk to you guys soon. Have a good net. KD8VZA, W8HRF.
All right, Josh, good to hear you. Got you on the log in and out, and enjoy the canasta game. And baby number 2, that is very exciting. I remember when we had number 2. Very exciting time. Anyway, good to hear you. And 73, we'll clear with W8HRF. Let's see if Lucy's out there. KE8YUK, probably also on up in that canasta. How you doing? And are you going to be in and out tonight as well?
KE8VZA, KE8YUK. Just a heads up, Eric, your signal got pretty staticky there towards the end of it. And yeah, I will also be in and out. I miss you guys, though, but I am grateful for the chance to go to bed early. We've been staying up too late because Betty has been staying up late, so she goes to bed around 9 by accident. And then by the time she goes down, we haven't gotten anything done because she's around and playing with us and following us around, which is really sweet, but not conducive to getting things finished. So she was helping Josh unload the dishwasher. But she has a tendency to, whenever we're making plans on our computers, to want to take the computers. And that's not very focus-friendly. So by the time she goes to bed and we actually start working through our digital to-do lists, we stay up way too late doing it because it's the only time we get freedom, and it's a vicious cycle. So I am looking forward to hopefully a good amount of sleep, and hope everybody has a great net. Can't wait to catch up with you guys and get back on the schedule once we know what the schedule is with baby number 2. We still don't have a name for him, but we know he's a baby boy, so that's a start. And Betty is very excited for baby brother. All right, we will catch you guys down the log. Have a good night, everybody. KE8YUK to KE8VZA. God bless.
All right, Lucy, thanks for the signal report. It's probably all the dirty bubble floating around bubble. Anyway, good tonight, and have fun with the game, and get some good sleep. We'll catch you on down the log. We'll clear with KE8YUK, who's in and out tonight, 7-3. Let's go down and see if Alan's here. Maybe he's got Larry with him, too. KI5DAY, Alan, how you doing tonight?
KI5DAY in the net. Hey, Nick. Yeah, I'm here. I guess I'll be here. Don't feel so great, but that's okay. I've got a bit of a stomach bug, but that's okay. Larry the Rubber Chicken's here. And as per usual, Tim's raining on my parade with the clucks. But anyways, yeah, all is good. I'm just chilling like a villain, hanging out, and I am raring to go here. Not quite as jubilant as I usually am, but I'll try. KI5DAY back then.
All right, Alan, good to hear you tonight. Sorry you don't feel your best, but hopefully Larry will help you get through it. And anyway, good to hear you. Good to hear Larry. And we look forward to the alt trivia question later. We'll clear with KI5DAY. I'm KE8VZA with the BeaconNet pre-show on the W8WKY repeater, and we've touched base with all of our net control team. And I have some check-ins that a few of them I've talked to, a few others I've harvested from the blue screen. And let's go down and take some more check-ins. If you would like to get on the log for the BeaconNet, please give me your call sign phonetically, alphabetically, and give me your name and location also, please. And I am KE8VZA. I'm listening.
Whiskey 9 Sierra
Kilo
Charlie
Echo 8, Sex Fox Trot Tango, KE8QFT. Fred.
What time?
This is
November 5, Delta Tango N5, AJT, Leo,
Kilo Julian Victor, Kevin in Valley Springs, California. Not short time. I'm all in for the show.
All right, let me pick it up there, please. Wow, that was like a five-way quintuple double. There was a Whiskey 9 station out there. I did not copy your call sign. If you could please repeat.
Whiskey 9 Sierra Charlie Tango. Whiskey 9 Sierra Charlie Tango. Sean, new to Copper's Cove on a handheld.
All right, I copy Whiskey 9 Sierra Charlie Tango. Thanks, Sean. Got you on the log. And let's see, I got KE8QFT Fred and K6KJV Kevin. I believe I heard AF5JB Matt in there. Was that you, Matt?
Yes, copy. This is AF5JB. The Alpha Julia Bravo, and I'm short time.
Okay, thanks for confirming, Matt. I got you on the log. AF5JB, short time. And Keith from Uniontown, I believe he was in there. And I apologize, Keith. I can only remember your prefix. If you could come back with your call sign, please. KE8VZA returning. Maybe it was not Keith. Okay, let's, I thought I heard his voice, but anyway, we will move on. So let's see, is there anybody I missed in that last round? I'll read off who I got in that last round was W9SCT, KE8QFT, K6KJV, and AF5JB. Anybody that I missed? Please call now. Okay, hearing nothing, let's take some more check-ins. If you'd like to get on the log, please give me a call, KE8VZA.
Nova, Yankee Mike.
Well, good evening, Eric. There's KC8 Fox Queen Victor Mark up in Aurora.
KE8VZA returning. I'll pick it up there. I copied KC8FQV. Mark, got you on the log. Right before Mark, there was a November station that had a Yankee in it, but your signal broke up and I could not copy your entire call sign. If you could please come back with that.
Hey, yeah, I'm having problems down here. Am I able right now?
Yes, I got you about 95% copyable there.
Yeah, we just can't seem to break here. This is no 8 Yankee John down here in Waynesburg. We'll be in it. We just for some reason get that way.
Okay, John, I still did not get your entire call sign. Could you please repeat it 2 times for me?
November 8, Yankee, Mike, Yankee. That's November 8, Yankee, Mike, Yankee.
All right, thank you, John. Got it that time. November 8, Yankee, Mike, Yankee. Thank you. All right, let's go ahead and work this list, and let's go up to Eddie, W3ETV. How you doing, Eddie? Talked to you earlier, and hopefully your computer's cooperating. Are you going to stick around for the big show tonight?
W8WKY.
Hi, Eric again. Yeah, this computer is working okay. This is the new computer that I got. It's a little mini computer from Amazon. It's called a Boss Game, and has an AMD processor, 64-bit, 16 gig of RAM, 512 gigabyte of SSD drive. So it's doing very well. And I have some headphones connected to it. Actually, they're not really headphones. It's more like a earbuds, headset. And that works very well on this computer. And the only problem is with these earbuds is that you can't walk too far away. You get more than 6 or 7 feet away, and it starts being garbled. So I'm going to write a review on it, and I'm not going to be very favorable for them, but unfortunately, but they are pretty good as long as you're close by the device you're Bluetooth into. Anyway, 67 degrees here in Annapolis, and we got a 1.6 mile-an-hour wind. So I'm not going to tie it up. I am sticking around. W3ETV, back to that.
All right, Eddie, very good. Good to hear everything's working there. And, yeah, those mini computers caught my eye last week, as a matter of fact. I was looking at them online. Pretty interesting. The prices are pretty reasonable, too, if you already have a monitor and a keyboard. Anyway, we'll clear with W3ETV. I forgot our short time station, so I'm going to jump down to AF5JB. Matt, how you doing tonight, Matt? Do you have a couple comments for the net before the pre-net before we get started here?
Yeah, copy. I appreciate it. Good evening to you and everybody else. Out on that, it's currently 55 degrees and it's mostly cloudy. I can see the sun setting over the distance, there's clouds there, but I'm doing very well. Had a good weekend. Had a small route yesterday morning, and then I got up with that and went home and showered and ate and took a little power nap. Got back up and did laundry. Went and did laundry and then went to it. You did Busters play Pac-Man Battle Royale. That's always a fun game. And then I played Cruise and Blast, but they got the couldn't get my car to swipe that thing. But it's still a good game. But I'll try to get next time on that. But then I went to Hard Rock, ate a hamburger there. Didn't win anything, but still had a good time there. And supposed to have a little bit of rain here tonight. I don't think it's much. I think most of the heavy storms going to stay southwest of us, southwest Texas and all that. So, but other than that, like I said, doing good, and then they went home and played some Miss Pac-Man, Outrun, and Schnitzky too. Had a beer and some pie over there at my house and went to bed. Set fire Saturday night. Saw a friend down today, but otherwise kind of took it easy. So get ready to start a whole new week. But anyway, that's all I got. You guys have a good safe week out there. 73. This is thanks for having me on. This is the AFI Chevy Matt in Tulsa, Oklahoma. 73. About to make a show. Catch you next time. Thanks again. Good to hear you.
KE8VZA returning. All right, Matt, good to hear you tonight. Glad to hear you had a good weekend. It's about 75 degrees up here today as well in northeast Ohio. Good weather. I'll take 75. Anyway, 73, Matt, and thanks for checking in with us. Let's go up to WV3K. Phil, I think you said you were sticking around. Is that right?
KE8VZA, WV3K. Yes, I am sticking around, so looking forward to being together with the group. WV3K, and I'll be on the side.
All right, very good, Phil. We'll clear with WV3K. Let's see if Ray's out there. K5CFY. Ray, are you out there tonight? And are you going to stick around for this big show? K5CFY, KE8VZA. Ray, are you out there tonight? All right. Don't hear Ray out there tonight. Maybe he'll join us later. We'll see. Let's go down to Brian, KF8G. How are you, Brian? And are you going to stick around for the big show tonight?
Yep, I'll stick around. Sitting here on YouTube watching Ryan Hall talk about storms in Texas. It's been been interesting tonight. I'll turn it back to Ned. KFHG.
All right, good to hear you, Brian. Glad you're sticking around. Yeah, YouTube, I can get lost in there for hours. Anyway, we'll clear with KFAG for now. Let's go down. K4OG, Mark, doing his meal prep. Are you going to stick around for the net tonight, Mark?
KE8VZA, K4OG. Yes, sir, I'm going to stick around. I'm not done with my chores, so we're going to throw some trivia in there. K4OG. Hello, everyone.
All right, Mark, very good. We'll clear with K4OG. Let's go down to KI5TAQ, Taco Tim, all the way from Baofeng, Oklahoma. How you doing tonight, Tim? And are you going to stick around for the big show? KI5TAQ, this is KE8VZA. You out there, Tim?
This is KI5TAQ. Yes, I'm going to stick around for the night. I'll send it back to Ned.
All right, very good, Tim. Got you on the log. We'll clear with KI5TAQ. Let's go down to Sean, W9SCT. How you doing tonight, Sean? Are you going to stick around for the main net and trivia?
W8WKY.
Hey, good afternoon. This is Sean. We're new to Cove. Am I coming through clear?
Yes, Sean, you're coming through very clearly. Go ahead.
Okay, sounds good. We just moved to the area. It's probably my first net in several years. So I'm just getting back into the hobby. Luckily, I got KD6UY helping me get kind of reacclimated. And, yeah, we'll be sticking around, just trying to get back into the hobby, and after 17 years, finally go for general and then extra. So I'll be migrating to HF hopefully here soon. Very grateful to be here. Love the people, the views, and definitely the food. So back to net control, W9SCT.
All right, very good, Sean. Welcome back into the hobby, and good to hear you tonight. Thanks for checking in. We'll clear with W9SCT for now. Let's roll on down to Fred, KE8QFT. How you doing, Fred? And are you going to stick around for the big show tonight?
Yes, I will be here tonight. I'm watching Oklahoma City Thunder roaring, pretty good, huh? Over Indiana Pacers at this point. 89-72 with 1:13 left in the third quarter. Back to pre-net.
All right, Fred. Sounds interesting. Good to hear you tonight. We'll clear with KE8QFT for now. RevCat checked in, K6KJV. He said he was sticking around, so I'm not going to disturb him because I know he's contemplating his trivia answers. So we'll cruise on down to N8YMY. That's Yankee Mike Yankee. John in Waynesburg. How you doing tonight, John? And are you going to stick around for the main net? N8YMY. KE8VZA with the Beacon Net pre-show. Are you going to stick around for the main net tonight, John? KE8VZA returning. Perhaps he said he was in and out. Okay, let's go down to Mark, KT8SQB, Northern Mark. How are you doing tonight? And are you going to stick around for the big show?
Oh, yeah, good evening, Eric, and everyone else. Yeah, I'm going to stick around for the big show. Yeah, didn't get Butler, Breeze Shooters Hamfest, but it sounded like it was a pretty good one. Some of the guys I heard talking earlier on the 6-meter net. And, yeah, we just went down to my sister's daughter's, and we had dinner and seen the building he's putting up and everything. It was a sort of a different day, gloomy day a little bit. It was warm, it was decent, but, kids, they were in the pool swimming. How you could do that, I don't know. But, yeah, we'll stick around, and, well, it's becoming June. But certainly don't seem like June with this weather we've been getting. So, we'll send it back your way, Eric, and, yeah, we'll stick around. KC8FQV.
All right, Mark, very good. Good to hear you tonight. Got you on the log and sticking around. All right, we're at the top of the hour, so it's time to turn it over to Nick at night. KE8QKO, this is KE8VZA. Take it away, Nick.
KE8QKO. Thank you, Eric. Thank you, everyone on the net. And fine business on the pre-show. So, see how my talking's going to be tonight. All right, good evening and welcome to the Beacon Net. My name is Nick. My call sign is KE8QKO, Kilo Echo 8, Quebec Kilo Oscar, and I'll be net control for the evening. The Beacon Net meets every Sunday and Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time here on the W8WKY repeater, 147 Mark 390, positive offset with a PL code of 114 Mark 8, Allstar Node 48496, and Echolink W8WKY-R. This is a direct net. All traffic must pass through that control. We are linked in with our friends in Oklahoma, the Fireside Network, with various other repeaters, and we ask you keep for a couple of seconds before and after you transmit so we hear everything you've got to say. Before we start taking check-ins, if there any emergency or priority traffic, please call now. All right, nothing heard. Any stations that have not already checked into the pre-show that would like to check into the Beacon Net, please say your call sign phonetically, followed alphabetically, along with your name and location.
Kilo Foxtrot 8, Delta Tango Alpha KF8, DTA, Jeff in New Franklin.
November 9er, India Alpha Alpha, Kevin in Valparaiso, Indiana.
All right, I've got KF8DTA, and I have N9IAA. Is there anyone else who would like to check in? Call now. All right, nothing heard there. Let's go up and talk to our trivia masters and get those questions right. We're going to start with Eric, KE8VZA. What is the first question, sir?
Okay, here we go. What was the one-way radio communication delay while Apollo 11 was at the moon? The possible answers are Alpha, 1.25 seconds, Bravo, 2.5 seconds, Charlie, 5 seconds, or Delta, 10 seconds. I'll take a break and read it again. KE8VZA returning with the main trivia question. What was the one-way radio communication delay while Apollo 11 was at the moon? Possible answers are Alpha, 1.25 seconds, Bravo, 2.5 seconds, Charlie, 5 seconds, or Delta, 10 seconds. I'll put this in the blue screen in a minute. KE8VZA, back to net control.
All right, thank you, Eric. I think I know the answer to that, and if I'm right, then you almost got me. You almost got me on the wording of that question. But we'll find out later. Next, let's go talk to KI5DAY Alan to get the answer for the ultimate trivia. Alan, take it away.
W8WKY.
Wowzers, KI5DAY in the net. Yeah, I'm hooked up to 48496 on Allstar. There for a little bit, I was hearing a bunch of noise and stuff, but Eric came in strong after he came back with the trivia question, so whatever that was, it was weird. Tonight's alternate trivia question is as follows. Which one of these things is true about Albert Einstein? Again, which one of these things is true about Albert Einstein? Was it A, he failed a test for electrical engineering, B, he was recruited to be a spy for the CIA, C, he had a condition that caused him to sneeze in his sleep, D, he married the lovely Priscilla Cornwaldo Bean. KI5DAY, back to net.
All right, well, thank you for another one there, Alan. I'm going to wait for it to show up on the blue screen before I make my decision, because I kind of listened, but I'm not sure what my choices are going to be. I want to see them again. But I'm sure we'll get back to you here a little later and have that reread as well. Thanks for doing the alternate trivia. Okay. All right, we got everybody checked. We already checked in. We're going to get checked in. If you have not checked in, fear not. I will get another round of check-ins here in a little bit, but we're going to talk to the people that we have first. We're going to start with W3ETV. Eddie, how you doing, sir? And what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
Hi there, Nick. I did give pretty much my report earlier with Eric as far as what's going on. Actually, today we were supposed to have had dinner with the daughter and son-in-law and the granddaughters, but they got canceled because the daughter wasn't feeling good. And it was raining. They were calling for storms and all that other stuff. So, it didn't really work out. But anyway, we stayed inside because they were calling for storms. And, basically, chilled out the rest of the day. And right now it's 67, still 67 degrees. And 3.8 mile an hour winds here in Annapolis. And as far as the trivia questions goes, for the main trivia question, I'm going to go with D. For Alan's trivia question, I'm trying to read it now on the blue screen. And I don't know. I think I'll go with A on that one. It's the only one that seems like it might make sense to me. Anyway, I think I heard that Einstein actually failed algebra, and so I didn't feel too alone in that. I failed algebra twice. So when I heard that I failed algebra, I said, oh, okay, well, I'm not the only one. I didn't really care for algebra at all. Trigonometry, I passed that with all A's, and they wanted me to take algebra, elementary algebra when I entered the local community college over here, And actually, I'd already taken trig when I was over on the eastern shore of Maryland, passed it with A's. I told him, I said, look, I said, I'll take the algebra if I have to, but, I'll make a deal with you. If I pass it with a D, then that's with a C, then that's you can move me up to the next, class, whatever it is. And so I did pass it with just a C, no more. Back to you there, Eric. I'm sorry, back to you, Nick.
All right, thank you, Eddie. Good to hear you. We got your answers down there as Bravo and Alpha. And I'm going to identify real quick. This is K82KO on the WWKY repeater, 147 Mark 390, positive offset with a PL tone of 114 Mark 8. And we're going to go down next and talk to WV3K Phil. How you doing, Phil? What do you have for the Beacon Net tonight? Whiskey Victor, 3 Kilo. This is K8QKO. Do you have comments for the Beacon Net?
QKO, Whiskey Victor, 3 Kilo. Hello, Nick. Okay, trivia. First trivia. I think it's somewhere between, has to be around 2 to 1.5 seconds, something like that. I'm not sure. That's been a long time ago. But I was fascinated with the objective of meeting Kennedy's interest in pursuing getting men to the moon. Anyway, whatever the answer, either 1 to 1.5 seconds. And as far as Alan's question, I have no idea. I don't really know anything about the nature as far as him sneezing in his sleep or whatever. I'd have to go with either A or B, and just a wild guess, I'll just go after A for the second with Alan's question. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and take a moratorium on this evening, and I'm going to turn it back over to you, Nick. Thank you so much for doing the net. Everyone have a very blessed and wonderful evening, and thank you for giving me a call back. QKO, WB3K, have a wonderful evening. Thank you very much, Nick.
All right, thank you, Phil. Good night, and we got your answers down there for Alpha and Alpha. Next, we have K5CFY, Ray. How you doing, Ray? What do you have for the Beacon Net tonight? Kilo 5, Charlie Foxtrot Yankee. Ray, are you out there? And do you have comments for the Beacon Net? All right, maybe Ray had to go in and out or step away or turn into a pumpkin or whatever happens down in Tulsa. And if he wants to get back to us, we're happy to take his recheck. Next, we'll go down and talk to KF8G, Ryan. How you doing, sir? And what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
I'm only half listening to the questions, so I'll just go A and A. Not to be confused with A and A, but A and A. Nice weekend of car shows. Went up to Fort Clinton to the Aviation Museum. We had a show up there. brave the rain in Roscoe Village. I love Roscoe Village. I got a steakhouse down there I just love. So I almost stayed home to sit there and watch the races at Mid-Ohio, whatever was going to be on TV. But I thought, I'll go down. But I took 5th place in my class at Roscoe Village. So other than that, not a heck of a lot going on. Just sitting here watching Ryan Hall on YouTube and all the storms in Texas right now. Wow. Some interesting stuff going on. They're calling for 100-mile-an-hour winds in some of these places. It's pretty bad down there. With that, I'll turn it back to the net. If you're in Texas, take cover. Wow. Especially around Dallas. Camp AG.
All right. Thank you, Brian. Yeah, those storms can wreak havoc. Kind of stinks, but it's also even par for the course. You hear a lot of that down there. We had some nasty ones on Friday that I'll get to during my comments that really teed me off and messed up my evening, but they stretched across the U.S. Yeah, anyway. Next, let's go down and talk to K4OG. Mark, how you doing, sir? And what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
W8WKY.
And you can say that again. KE8QKO, Nick and Night, K4OG. Oh, I ain't got much. Let me see if I can answer the trivia question. I think the time delay is a swag guess of mine. I'm going to go with Bravo, 2.5 seconds. And Alan's question. It's been a while since I've been on here and answered one of Alan's questions, so if I remember right, usually the bizarrest answer is the correct answer. So, other than Delta, I think I'm going to go with Charlie. K4OG. Good night, everyone.
All right. Thank you, Mark. Got your answer down there for Bravo and Charlie. Next, we have KI5TAQ, Taco Tim from Botang, Oklahoma. How you doing, Tim? And what do you have for us tonight?
Good evening there, guys. This is KI5TAQ. Trivia questions. I'm going to go with Maine will be C, and the alternate A. Charlie for Maine, Alpha for the second. And I'm just sitting here resting, relaxing for a little bit. I'll be getting ready to go back to the salt mine tomorrow. And I'll just let you get down to the bottom of the list. This is KI5TAQ.
All right. Thank you, Tim. Got your answers down for Charlie and Alpha. And enjoy that salt mine. Next, we have W9FEP, Sean. How you doing, Sean? And what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
Yeah, good evening, W9SCT. To be honest, I heard about the delay, but I was only half paying attention. I'm going to go ahead and pass on this one, but I definitely appreciate being back into the hobby. W9SCT, clear.
All right, no problem, Sean. If you want to answer them, I can have them reread. You want to come back with whether you want to do that?
Nope, that's okay. I appreciate it.
All right, not a problem, sir. Have a good night. Next, we have K8QFT, Uncle Fred. How you doing, Fred? And what do you have for Beacon Net tonight?
Well, first of all, the trivia questions, Bravo and Alpha, B and A, in that order. Don't know much about Einstein, though. Don't know much about... Well, I'm just guessing at both of them. How about that? I see. Oklahoma City up on top of Indiana. That big basketball game down there. 104 to 85. Guardians won today. They're not like they were last year, though. It's going to be pretty tough. Other than that, not a lot going on. Matter of fact, nothing else going on. KE8QFT. Back to net control.
All right, thank you, Fred. Got your answers down for Bravo and Alpha. Thanks for checking in there. Real quick before we go next, this is KE8QKO on the WAWKY repeater, 147 Mark 290, positive. Also the PL Tonos 114 Mark 8. And our next station is K6KJV. Kevin, how you doing, sir? And what do you have for Beacon at tonight?
Well, hello, Mr. Nick at Night and Eric and everyone else on the net. This is K6KJV here in Valley Springs, California, and well, I'm going to keep it short tonight. First off, most importantly, my prayers is with everybody that's back there with all them storms, and just praying that the Lord keeps his hands of protection over all y'all's. And so my answers, I know it's going to be a big surprise here. Double D's, Delta and Delta, because the only way that there's ever going to be a scientist into the Cornwall Bean family is if they get married into it. Alright, so with that, I'll say God bless and 73 to each and every one of all y'all, your families and friends, and turn the mic back to Mr. Nick at Night from K6KJV. It's all yours, sir.
All right, thank you, Kevin. Got your answer down there for Double D. And yeah, I guess that's right. But you know what? If enough scientists marry into the Cornwall Bean family, then they might actually have one of their own. That's a thought. Anyway, thanks for checking in there. It's always good to have you. Next two stations we have here are in and out. That's AF5JB and N8YMY, which is going to take us down to KC8FQV Mark. How you doing, Mark? And what do you have for the Beacon tonight?
On the trivia, well, not a lot. Didn't go out to Butler breeze shooters tonight. Today was a funny day. It definitely wasn't June weather. But the difference of last week was a pretty decent weekend. I was down at Kingsville, Mason, Ohio last week. This week at home, went down my sister's daughter's for dinner and seen the barn being put up. But on the trivia, I'm going to say on the main trivia is going to be definitely A, Alpha. And on the Einstein one, the last for electrical energy, B was A, recruiting. I'm going to say A, B. I'm going to just say B on the second one. And well, other than that, there's not much else here happening. Just a funny day, sort of. But we'll send it back to net control. I was going to get out to breeze shooters, but yeah, I'd rather go lay down, go back to sleep. But I always can take a look at Facebook and other things and see what people was seeing out there. You know, like I didn't go to Coaster Mania on Friday. Well, I didn't get a ticket, but I still was going up to Sandusky to Cedar Point to been there during it. But that's okay. There's plenty of other days I can do the stuff I want to do. So if you don't find a day to do it, go to another day and do it. So let's send it back to net control. But the answers is A and B. A, B. So back at KC8FQV.
All right, thank you, Mark. Got your answers down for Alpha and Bravo. Thanks for checking in there. Next, we have KF8ETA. Jeff, How you doing, sir? And what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight? Kilo Foxtrot 8, Delta Tango Alpha. Jeff, are you out there and you have comments for the Beacon Net? All right, nothing heard from Jeff. Perhaps he'll be able to recheck with us a little bit later as he gets back on. Next, let's go down and talk to Ed9IAA Kevin. How you doing, Kevin? And what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
W8WKY.
November 9, India Alpha Alpha. Kevin, do you have comments for the Beacon Net?
Hey, good evening. And 9IAA. Sorry, I walked away from the radio, but I heard you. The trivia, I only caught the one question. Maybe the other one is someplace that I'm unaware of, but I want to go for 10 seconds. D isn't done. Beyond that, I have nothing for the net.
All right, thank you, Kevin. I'll tell you what, we usually like to get those questions reread periodically throughout the net anyway, so let's get those read again, and then if anybody else out there wants to recheck and answer or change answers, they can welcome the Downeast as well if they want, and you can get the answer, or you get the question. Obviously, we won't get the answer until much later in the net. Let's start with K8VZA. Eric, would you reread the first question, please?
KE8QKO in the group, KE8VZA here with the main trivia question. What was the one-way radio communication delay while Apollo 11 was at the moon? Choices are Alpha, 1.25 seconds, Bravo, 2.5 seconds, Charlie, 5 seconds, or Delta, 10 seconds. I'll put this in the blue screen again. KE8VZA back to net control.
All right, thank you, sir. Let's go talk to KI5DAY to get the alternate question read again. Alan, take it away.
Kilo India 5.
I'd actually like to admit my answer if I
question is,
with the math in my head, I had
one of
the
these
decimal point in the wrong place.
is true about Albert Einstein? Again, which one of these things is true about Albert Einstein? Was it A, that he failed a test for electrical engineering, B, that he was recruited to be a spy for the CIA, C, he had a condition that caused him to sneeze in his sleep, or D, that he married the lovely Priscilla Cornwaldo Bean? KI5DAY, back in it.
All right, thank you, Alan. Can you read that one more time? I think we had a double there.
Sure. How dare somebody double with me when I'm reading the alternate trivia? Yeah, that makes Larry upset, too, so don't be doing that. Hi. All right, tonight's alternate trivia question is, which one of these things is true about Albert Einstein? Was it A, he failed a test for electrical engineering, B, he was recruited to be a spy for the CIA, C, he had a condition that caused him to sneeze in his sleep? Or D, he married the lovely Priscilla Cornwaldo-Bean? KI5DAY, back to Ned.
All right, thank you, Al. Let's go back down to N9IAA, Kevin, and see what he's going on with his answers. Kevin, take it away.
Roger that. I'd like to amend my answer. I was doing the math in my head, and the decimal point in the wrong place, so it's actually, I'm going to go with A. Should be around a second. So I think 2 1/4 was the answer. And regarding Einstein, I believe he was indeed recruited by the CIA, so I'm going to go for B on that. So A and B, N9IAA.
All right, thank you, sir. We got your answers down for Alpha and Bravo. Thanks for checking in. Good to have you. This is K8QKO on the WWKY Revere 147 Mark 290, positive outside of the PL tone on 414 Mark 8. And next we're going to talk to AB8MO. Andy, how you doing, Andy? What do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
KE8QKO, this is AB8MO. Let's see here. Well, got back from celebrating my dad's birthday, took him out for dinner, and was good. The restaurant actually, we think they changed the name, and as you know, my dad doesn't think it's owned by the same people anymore. So it was a little bit different than we were used to, but hey, we only go there once or twice a year, so. Anyhow, Eddie's fallen asleep. Apparently, I have that sedative effect. And trivia, and I didn't go to British Shooters either. I said I was going to, and I was celebrating or putting together my mom's retirement party, which was Saturday, and I was on my feet for probably 8 hours standing, which I don't usually stand that long, and it just wore me out. But it looked like it was a pretty wet ham fest from what I could tell. Anyhow, for Trivium, I think I'm going to go for B Bravo on the first one, which I think was a 2 seconds or something. And I would like to, I think it's probably A Alpha for the second. We'll see. We'll see what flies and sticks. Or if they'll both fall off, which wouldn't be exactly unusual for me. I usually get them wrong anyway, so never follow me because I usually don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway, back to you there, Nick, at night. Thanks for picking up the net. Everybody have a great evening. This is APGetMO.
All right, thank you, Andy. Happy birthday to your dad there. Glad you guys had a good time. We got your answers down there for Bravo and Alpha. Thanks for checking in. Okay, so at the bottom of our list. So anyone who would like to check into the Beacon Net, please say your call sign phonetically, followed alphabetically, along with your name and location.
This is Kilo 6 Kilo Julia Victor, K6KJV with a recheck.
Bravo 4, Alpha India Zulu, WB4AIZ, Chuck for India, Echolink.
All right, I've got K6KJV with a recheck, and I have WB4AIZ Chuck. Is there anyone else who would like to check into the Beacon Net? Please call now.
N5AQM, Nancy 5 Able, Quebec Mike in Arizona. I'll be in and out, thanks.
All right, I've got N5AQM. Mike checking in and out. Is there anyone else who would like to check in? Please call now. All right, let's go with our regular check-in, and then we'll go with our recheck. So, Kevin, stand by. We're going to start with WB4AIZ Chuck. How you doing, sir? I don't usually hear you on the regular net, so it'll be good to hear you. And how you doing tonight?
W8WKY.
Well, WB4AIZ. I pulled not normal. I totally. I was watching movies on my Fire Stick, and time got away from me, and so. But better late than never. I'm going to say A and B. I don't know. I'm guessing. And told yes. And by the way, I'm going to get. I tell people I'm going to get possessed by an older guy on Tuesday. I'll become an older guy. In other words, I'm going to hit this big 7.5 on Tuesday. Gosh, I'm old. Anyways, oh well, such is life. Back to that control, and I'm sorry to hear. I'm sorry I missed the hot check. WB4AIZ.
All right, well, thank you, Chuck. Got your answer down there for Alpha and Bravo, and happy preemptive birthday, I guess. 75 is a good number to go aim for. I think we're all happy to make that, so congratulations, sir. Next, we're going to go through our recheck for K6KJV, RevCav. What do you got to say for us?
Thank you very much, sir, Mr. Nick. This is K6KJV again. It's nothing bad. It's actually good. Well, I'll add one more thing. Happy birthday, Chuck. And just remember this. Yes, it sucks getting old, but it's a blessing to be able to get old. There you go. The good Lord blesses us. And I want to apologize to the rest of the BeaconNet crew. I forgot to mention them. I said hello to you and Eric, but I didn't say hello to the rest of the crew there. In particular, the Rubber Chicken Wrangler, Alan, and Larry. There you go. I felt bad about it. The Lord popped my choker and convicted me of it. And Alan, you're in my prayers. I hope you feel better. So with that, I'll end by saying again, God bless in 73, everyone. Back to you, Mr. Nick, and I promise I won't bother you no more.
All right, thank you for coming back there, Kevin. You're no bother at all. You come back as many times as you need to. I'm sure Alan appreciates that. So thanks for doing that. Thanks for coming back. Okay, this is K8QKO on the W8WKY repeater 147 Mark 390, positive also with a PL tone of 114 Mark 8. We're ready for another round of check-ins. So anyone who wants to check in with the BeaconNet, please say your call sign phonetically, followed alphabetically, along with your name and location. All right, nothing heard there. Let's go talk to our net control team. We're going to start with K8VZA, see how he's doing. Eric, take it away.
KE8QKO in the group, KE8VZA here, doing well. Trivia, I'm going to abstain from the main question, of course. And for Alan's question, I'm going to answer Bravo. I was playing around this weekend with the 53-foot random wire antenna that I used at POTA, and I managed to string it up in a tree in the backyard and set it up as a sloper, oriented north and south, and was operating on it last night and made some contacts. Got two of the museum ships, the USS Midway in San Diego and USS Nautilus in Connecticut. I think they said Groton, Connecticut. And so I got both coasts, and later I got a POTA station in Delaware. And who else did I get? A couple other POTA stations. Lewis and Clark Station in Nebraska. Lewis and Clark Trail. That was pretty cool. Anyway, so the antenna works. It didn't tune quite as well as it did at POTA, but again, it's in a different place. So I'm going to play around with it a little bit more as time goes on, but I'm kind of pleased with it. Anyway, that's about it for me. Abstain and Bravo. This is KE8VZA, back to net control.
All right, well, thank you, Eric. Sounds like a pretty good weekend playing around with your antenna. I didn't do any of the museum ships on the air this weekend. I saw a couple of museum ships this weekend, but I didn't get any on the air, so that's how it goes. Anyway, thanks for checking in there. Thanks for doing the trivia, and we appreciate it. Next, KDDPC is in and out, and that takes us down to KD8SLG. Just Nick. How you doing, Nick? And what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight? Kilo Delta 8 Sierra Lima Golf. Nick, are you out there? Do you have comments from the net?
W8WKY repeater PL1 14.8.
All right, not hearing from Nick. I sure hope he didn't slip on a block of ice. That would be unfortunate. Perhaps if he comes back around, he can recheck, and we'll talk to him later. Next, W8HRS and K8YUK are in and out, and that takes us down to KI5DAY. Alan. How you doing, Alan? And what do you have for Beacon Net tonight?
KI5DAY in the net. Yeah, first I want to answer the regular trivia. I won't say why I think this for now, but I'm going to say C, 5 seconds. It sounds right, but we shall find out. But yeah, all is good. I've been kind of sick. Went to a barbecue last night, and I was already kind of dehydrated because I had been out in the sun most of the day Friday and was doing too much and overexerted a bit, and it was pretty hot. And the first day we didn't have high winds and lightning and tornadoes going through for once, so I got out in the sun. It was way hotter than what I was thinking it was, and I was actually burning some scrap wood and stuff, so got dehydrated and everything, and now I've got a little bit of a stomach issue, and man, it's just been a wild ride since I guess late last night when it started in on me, but I wasn't feeling good most of the day yesterday either. But anyways, we'll get through it. Just pretty weak right now and stuff, and other than that, all is good. What else is happening? Shoot, not much. I haven't been able to keep my antennas up long enough to play HF between all the never-ending thunderstorms, lightning, and naders going through Oklahoma and Texas in the last few weeks. It's just been chaotic, so I've stayed disconnected for the most part. I think I can reconnect in the morning. Pretty much all of our storms have cleared the area for now for about 3 or 4 days. I think Thursday is when we got the next chance, so I should have a few days here to actually get on the air. That'll be fun and interesting to try to do that. I miss it. And also, geostorms were causing us problems. The geomagnetic storms. So even when the weather was good, that was an issue. But I'm looking forward to getting back on HF. Other than that, I made a peanut butter syrup and molasses sandwich a while ago, and Larry got it all over the place. He bit into it and just ran around the living room like a wild chicken, no offense, and got it everywhere. But with that, I'll shoot it back to you, KI5DAY.
W8WKY.
All right. Well, thank you, Alex. Got you down there for Charlie for the primary, and thanks for doing the alternate trivia. And yeah, the storms today, I guess I paid enough attention to the weather today, so it sounds like not great. But the storms on Friday, I guess, weren't great either. I was in Boston, and I thought I'm going to be there. I could fly out in the morning, or I could fly out in the evening and spend all day. And it was pretty cool. I got to tour around the city. Got to see the USS Constitution. They actually took it out, so I got to watch them bring it back in with tugboats. So it's kind of cool to see that. And so yeah, I got to see some museum ships, and it was pretty neat until I got to the airport and my flight got delayed. It ended up getting delayed by 4 hours because apparently Delta did not have a flight crew for our airplane. I guess the previous flight crew got delayed enough, and they timed out. So we got stuck there in Boston. Didn't get home till 3:30 in the morning, which really stuck. So, yeah, good old Delta. Guess I'll be flying American Airlines after that, Alan? I don't know if that's any better, but I was not pleased. They didn't even tell, they weren't even communicating about why it was down or what was going on. Or yeah, it sucked. American Airlines did save today, though, because they did fly the new crew in from Philly. So there is that. But anyway, that was kind of my early weekend. The rest of the weekend was spent helping people move and getting chores done around the house. So, yeah. That's it for me. And this is K82KO, the WWKY repeater, 147 Mark 290, positive offset with a PL tone of 114 Mark 8. And I'm ready for more check-ins. Anyone who would like to check into the VConnect, please say your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name and location. All right, well, I forgot to give my trivia answers. They're probably wrong. At least one of them is most certainly wrong, I think, based off of the way everybody else answered. But it's what I wrote down first, so that's what I'm sticking with, and that is Charlie and Alpha. And that's my trivia answers. I got room for another 4 check-ins here before we go get some trivia answers read. It's still not even quite 11 o'clock, so we got some time. If you want to come into the BeaconNet, go ahead and call now. All right, well, I guess that's it for now. Let's go get our trivia answers. We're going to start with K8VZA. Eric, you take it away.
KE8QKO in the group, KE8VZA here with the answer to main trivia. So, what was the one-way radio communication delay while Apollo 11 was at the moon, so between the moon and the Earth? One way is the key here. It was alpha, 1.25 seconds. So due to the vast distance between the Earth and the moon, which is approximately 238,900 miles, there's a noticeable delay in communication. And the delay was governed by the laws of physics of radio waves like light travel at 186,282 miles per second. Do the math, and you get about 1.25 seconds. So for them to answer Houston, let me take a break for time. I'll be right back. KE8VZA returning. So if Houston called Apollo 11 and then Apollo 11 responded, the total time for the total delay that Houston would experience is 2.5 seconds. So that was kind of a distractor there. But So there you have it. 1.25 seconds, 1.25 seconds, alpha. KE8VZA back to net control.
All right, I definitely got that one wrong. Thanks, Eric. Appreciate it. Okay, next let's talk to Alan to get the answer for alternate trivia. Alan, take it away.
KI5DAY in the net. Forgot what I was doing. Oh, yeah, I was going to answer this question. So I got the first one wrong. Oh, well. When I was a kid, we had an album of a moon landing, and I swore it sounded like it was a 5-second delay, but who am I to judge? Which one of these things is true about Albert Einstein? Yeah, basically, he spelled a test for electrical engineering, which was more or less like when he was 16 years old, and it was for kind of a Institute of Technology test, and it covered a lot of different things, including language, history, math, sciences, and everything. So it cost him the chance to go into the electronic engineering class at the time because of some of the areas that he filled. It wasn't that he was bad with math, it was just some of the areas that he struggled in that caused him to miss the first opportunity to pass the test. It would have gotten him into this electrical engineering school right off the bat. But anyways, sneezing is not something that happens in your sleep. If you sneeze in your sleep, you're very unusual because they say that it's pretty much impossible for someone to sneeze in your sleep because of the relaxed state that your muscles are in. You have to actually wake up before a sneeze will fully hit you, and you can, get rid of it. So strange as that is, And to my knowledge, Albert Einstein was never recruited for the CIA, although it sounds great. And no, he never married that lovely Priscilla Cornwaldobine either. So that's your trivia for the night. KI5DAY, back to net.
All right, well, thank you, Alan. At least I got one right there. Hey, could you do me a favor? Could you tell us who actually did marry Priscilla Cornwaldobine? Could you tell us who actually did marry Priscilla Cornwaldobine?
Well, that would have been a guy named Reuben, better known as Pee Wee Herman. Yeah, Pee Wee Herman married her back in 1993. There you go.
All right, well, that would have been awkward when she found out about his transgressions, I guess. Thank you there, Alan. I appreciate it. And this is KE8QKF on the WWKY repeater, 147, Mark 290, positive also with a PL tone of 114, Mark 8. We've talked all of our check-ins. We've got our trivia answers read. And we're going to do one more round of rechecks or check-ins. So if you'd like to recheck or check into the Beacon Net, please say your call sign phonetically. Call alphabetically, all of your name and location. Okay, nothing heard there. I guess we'll wrap this thing up. On behalf of the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association, myself, KE8VZA, KI5DAY, KD8SLG, W8HRF, K8YUK, and KD8EPC, I would like to thank each and every one of you for checking in with us this evening. Come and join us on the next edition of Beacon Net, Wednesday at 10 p.m. 10 p.m. Eastern Time on the W8WKY repeater, Allstar Node 48496 at Echolink W8WKY-R. You are welcome to join us on the Barometer Net, also on the W8WKY repeater, every morning at 7 a.m. Eastern Time, except for Sundays. Don't forget to check out our friends on the Border Breaker Net, every day at noon Central Time on Allstar Node 49562 and Echolink N5X2K-R. You've been listening to the Beacon Net. This is KE8QKO, returning the repeater to normal and customary amateur radio use this time, 73 all.
W8WKY.